What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan and I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have our third deck profile for the EX4 format in the form of the new Sakuyamon / Kuzuhamon deck. We got the new Kuzuhamon stuff in EX4, and it is pretty good. It's really great support. It adds a little bit of consistency to the Renamon line. I wouldn't say the deck is super competitive yet. It might be a good tier 2, tier 1.5 deck if you build it right. But that's okay because those decks have really great potential, and you can, by playing them and testing them, you can figure out all the different ways to play them. That way, when they do get that little bit of extra support to bump them up to that competitive meta play, you already know what you're doing and can make a really good solid deck really easily. And that's what I like to do, and that's why I like doing some of these fun decks so that we can kind of go over, what's good about the deck and where it has value. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's check out what this new support has and what it gives to the deck. So start off, we play 4 Viximon. Your turn once per turn. When you play 2 costs or an option card 2 costs or more, draw 1. So it gives you that draw consistency. Starting with the level 3s, we play 3 Renamon from EX2. On play, reveal top 4. Add 1 card with Cubimon, Taomon, or Sakuyamon to your hand, as well as adding 1 Rika to your hand. Place the remaining on the bottom. And then it has the inheritable. When you use an option card, it costs 2 or more. Gain a memory, so it gives you that memory gain consistency, so that's super important as well. You play 4 of the BT10 Renamon. On play, reveal top 4 again and add an option card with plugin, a yellow tamer. So you can add a Rika and add one of your plugins, or anything with option card with plugin in its name. So yeah, this is really good. And then it has the inheritable of when you use an option card of 2 or more, you minus one of your opponent's Digimon's DP by 2,000. So again, gives you a little bit of DP reduction to help you get over things or potentially delete things on the field. We're playing 3 of the new Renamon from EX4, which is the yellow-blue. Digivolve 0 from Viximon, so you don't have to worry about the 1-cost Digivolutions. On play until the end of your opponent's turn, 2 of your opponent's Digimon with 4,000 DP or less can attack, so it gives you some stun capabilities. And it has the same one as the EX2 Renamon. When you use an option card with cost of 2 or more, gain 1 memory, so you have that consistent memory gain. So only 11 level 3s, but that's okay. We do have a very tight space in the deck, so we don't really have room for a lot more. Level 4s, we play 4 of the Cubimon from BT10. When digivolving, you may activate one of the effects below, either return an option card with plugin in its name from your trash to your hand, or by trashing an option card with plugin in its name from your hand, draw 2. So it gives you that draw potential to get into all your pieces and put your plugins in the graveyard because you can get them back, or to get your plugin back from the graveyard is really good. One thing about this deck is I find that there is a lot of either really good inheritables with not that good of main abilities, or really good main abilities and no inheritable, and that's what I think really cuts this deck short. Like, this has no inheritable, and it would have been probably really amazing with just a simple inheritable, but it just kind of makes everything in the deck just do a little bit less, whereas a lot of decks have both. You have EX2 Cubimon, 3 of them. When digivolving, reveal top 3 and add an option card with plugin its name to your hand. And then it has the, when you play an option card of 2 or more, minus 2,000 DP to one of your opponent's Digimon. Play 3 Yukamon, which is also treated as Cubimon, as having, this card has, Digimon is also treated as having Cubimon in its name. It has the same inheritable as the EX2 guy, minus 2,000 DP when using an option card, and its main ability is on play or when digivolving until the end of your opponent's turn. One of your Digimon gains blocker. It is a 4-cost to play, so it's really inexpensive to play if you have to hard play it, and you do gain that blocker on play as well as Digivolution, which you can play it in other ways, and we'll get into that in just a second. That's it for our level 4s, just 10 of those. For level 5s, we play 3 of the EX2 Taomon on Digivolution. Play 1 Rika from your hand without paying its cost. And then when you use an option card, inheritable, same thing of 2 or more, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP. So this card's kind of good. I feel like you have to play it because you want to get your Rikas out, but it's not amazing or anything as level 5s go. The one that's really good is the BT10 one. When Digivolving, Talmon, when Digivolving, you may use one option card with plug in its name from your hand without meeting its color requirements and without playing its cost. So you need to have a tamer on board to do this. You don't have to meet the color requirement, and you don't pay the cost. So it's super good because you can play the Digivolution plugin and go straight into Sakuyamon. You can do a whole bunch of cool different things. So there's that. Again, no inheritable, which it then does limit this card. And it's kind of why you wouldn't play like, I'm playing 3. I would normally play 4, but I'm testing another card. And I would rather cut one of these than cut one of those just because the abilities are so unbalanced, I feel. We were playing one Dalmon, which again is part of the Kuzuhamon line. It Digivolves 3 from Cubimon. So you're not paying that increased cost. And this card's name is treated as Talmon. On play, when Digivolving, return one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less from the owner's hand, which does come up again because with Kuzuhamon you can play these cards, so you're not always Digivolving. That's why I thought I'd test one of it. If I don't like it, I'll probably just be playing 4 of the BT10 guy. And then inheritable, same thing. Play an option card, minus 2,000 DP for opponent's Digimon. Play 7 ultimates. Straight into the megas, we play 4 or 3 Sakuyamon. When Digivolving, unsuspend one of your Digimon. And for each tamer you have in play, return one option card with plug in its name from your trash to your hand. So it recurs you all those plugins that you maybe threw out with Cubimon to draw. And then your turn, when you would use an option card with a cost of 2 or more, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3,000 DP for the turn. That's not once per turn, that's just your turn. So you can do that multiple times. You play multiple plugins, you can basically destroy your opponent's Digimon. And then we play 3 Maid Mode, Sakuyamon Maid Mode. When Digivolving, you may use one option card with plug in its name or that's yellow and has a cost of 5 or less from your hand without meeting its color requirement or paying its cost. Place the option card used with this effect on top of your security stack face down instead of placing it in the trash, which is really good because you put your plugins back on top of your security, which means your opponent has to attack through your plugins, and then you get your plugins security effects and get them back to your hand, which is super good, unless, of course, your opponent trashes them with an ability. And then when attacking, this Digimon may Digivolve into a Sakuyamon in your hand for the cost of 1, ignoring its Digivolution requirements. So it's almost like an X antibody. It can go into Sakuyamon and vice versa. Like it can Digivolve on top of Sakuyamon for 2 and on top of a level 5 for 3. So it's just kind of, you can go back and forth and use those abilities for as long as you have memory to maintain those abilities. Play 2 Kuzuhamon, the new EX4 kind of Sakuyamon. It's also treated as having Sakuyamon in its name. When Digivolving, you may play an option card with 5 costs or less without paying its cost. And then your turn once per turn, when you do play an option card with cost of 2 or more, you may play a Talmon or a level 4 or lower yellow or blue Digimon from this Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying its cost. So that's how you can get the Talmon off and get his on play, or you can get any of your on play level 3s or your blocker guy, get him off too. So that's kind of really good. It does synergize well with your baseline. It doesn't synergize well with your megas, so that's why we only play 2 of it. On to the tamers. Play 4 Rika. You have to play it. She's your memory setter. And then when you attack with a Digimon with Renamon, Cubimon, Talmon, or Sakuyamon in its name, you may suspend this tamer to use an option card with plug-in in its name from your hand without paying its cost. So this gets you your option cards for free. You want to see it. You want to see as many of them as possible as fast as you can. That's the main point of this deck. Get her on the board. So you have to play the 4 tamers. And eventually I'm hoping we do get another Rika with some good ability to add consistency to the deck, because I think that's where like Gallantmon has a leg up on you, is you have multiple Takatos. Play 1 offensive plug-in. It gives you security attack +1 for the turn for one of your Digimons, and then it has a security ability, reveal top 3, add a tamer to your hand, and then add this card to your hand. They all add to your hand off of their security ability after they do something else. This one, high speed plug-in D, gives you jamming. That's really good. Keeps your guy alive because your Kuzuhamons and your Sakuyamon are only 11k, so they're not that big, so they can die easily to security. And then it draws 1 on security before adding to hand. Play 3 copies of Digivolution plugin S. This one's really cool. It's the only one we play multiples of. Draw 1, and then you may Digivolve one of your Digimon into a Digimon card in your hand that can Digivolve for a Digivolution cost of 3 or less without paying it. So it effectively turns any of your level 5 or level 6 Digivolutions into 2 costs, which is really cool. Plus you get to draw 1 off of it, and then you draw off the Digivolution, which is really good. And then security, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and add 1 Digimon card among them to your hand. So again, really good. Play 1 of the defense plug-in C, which gives your guy blocker a reboot for the turn. And then security, reveal top 3 cards of your deck. You may play a Digimon card with a play cost of 4 or less from them without paying its Digivolution cost. You can play Yukamon off this, which is actually really good. So it gives you more targets. All the Renamons are targets, and the Yukamons. So you have 14 targets, which is actually really good. We play 1 reinforcement plug-in 0. It gives your guy 3000 DP. So this gives you the boost you might need to get over something big, as well as you gain a memory on its security ability. And we play 1 digital translator, which is treated as a plug-in card. You can choose a level 6 Digimon, ignore its Digivolution requirements, and without paying the cost, you may Digivolve into the level 6 Digimon card in your hand with a different name that includes that chosen Digimon name. So it helps you go from Kuzuhamon to Sakuyamon to Maid Mode, back and forth, whatever you want to do. And then it's security, return 1 Digimon card from your trash to your hand. So again, really good synergy with the deck, and it is treated as a plugin. And then lastly, we play 2 yellow Mem Boost because you need a little bit more consistency in getting your pieces, as well as getting memory. So you have decent memory gain, but you have to be able to play your plugins to get it. So sometimes it's just nice to have a little extra memory. And that is the deck, guys. Tell me what you think. Are you excited for this new support? Do you think you're going to play a Sakuyamon deck? Do you think you are just going to play the new Kuzuhamon support in like more of a blue-yellow mashup without all the Sakuyamon or stuff? And tell me what you guys think about the deck. I think this is exactly how I want to play it. I really like the ratios. I think I'm really going to enjoy this. I'm hoping I can make it as fine-tune it and make it as good as I can. But looks like that's all the time we have for this video. If you enjoyed today's content, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. That's all for now, folks.